Hi everyone, welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. Here I live with my husband, our 3 boys and our little Jack Russell Terrier called Mocha. I am so excited to talk to you today about what I have finished and what whips I have and all the knitty and yarny goodness. And I hope that you are ready to sit down, find your craft of choice and spend some time with me. Welcome if you have been here before and welcome if you're here for the first time. Hope you like spending some time with me and that we will just have a nice cozy time together today. Before we start, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your warm and nice comments on my last episode where I shared that I had lost my dad. They really encouraged me and really made my heart warm. So thank you so much for your nice comments. And I also want to say, as I always do, that I have information about everything I talk about today in the description box below this episode, and I have timestamps on this episode. So it's easy for you to jump back and forth as you please. I hope that you have something good to drink. I have my coffee right here with me to try and help me communicate what I want to today without too much rambling. We'll see how that goes. I want to start by talking about what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Ravenna sleeveless by Michele Frazzetta. This is a test knit that I was so lucky to get picked for. I was so excited because the first time I saw this top on Michele's podcast, I fell in love. I thought it was so perfect and beautiful, and I was so excited when I was chosen to test knit it. I have knitted this in the yarn that's recommended in the pattern, which is BC Garn Bio Balance in the color Nature, because the color and the yarn was also something about Michele's top that I really liked, and I wanted to try out the BC Garn Bio Balance because I'd never tried it before, and I absolutely love it. I think it's the finished knitted piece is so airy and light, and it's perfect for Norwegian summer, as someone pointed out, because this is 50% wool and 45% cotton, and of course wool is not for everyone. Some places in the world it's really hot. Norway is not one of them. We can have nice warm summers, but it's always a cold wind or something like that. So wool is perfect in the summer too, at least for me. Yes, and this top is knitted top down. You start with the back and you increase to shape the back. You pick up for the front and left shoulder and knit for a bit. And then you join under the arms and you knit back and forth because this is of course with buttons, so you can open it too. I think someone also knitted a faux button band. Is that what you say? A button band that you can't open, so then you can knit in the round. But I wanted a button band that you can open. I don't think I will ever wear it open, but it's nice to have the possibility too. And you have this beautiful pointelle looking pattern. These Estonian buttons, they are called. Really beautiful, and with this lacy lines going down. And the Estonian buttons were so fun and easy to knit. I found a tutorial on YouTube, and yeah, it was really, really easy. So a lot of fun to knit this, and I really like the detail with the lace around the neck as well here. Yeah, or yarn overs. I don't know if you call that lace, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Lace is all the yarn overs and two togethers, and yeah. So I knitted the size 4. I knitted on 2.25 and 3 millimeter needles, US 1 and 2.5. And it weighs 171 grams. You have 12 sizes to choose from in the pattern. A great range from 72 centimeters to 171 centimeters. When I was done with knitting this and I tried it on before I put the buttons on, I felt like it was a little bit too big. The gauge is right because I knit the gauge watch. I'm off on the rows, but the stitches are correct for the, how do you say that? Yeah, the stitches are correct. But it's just me who have maybe chosen a size a little bit bigger than I should have done, or I chose the size with the positive ease recommended, but I think maybe I would have preferred a little bit less positive ease for me. I am in the upper size of the ease, so I can't remember how much ease is recommended, but let's say it was between 4 and 10. It's not, but if it was 4 and 10 centimeters, then I'm closer to 10 than 4. So yeah, so I have a lot of positive ease. But then I put on the buttons. No, I did not. I did block it first, wash and block it first, and then I put on the buttons. And I felt like the neckband was a little bit big, so I didn't really like it, and I didn't like how it looked with the button that was here on the neckband. So yeah, but I was more happy with how it looked on me after it was washed and blocked. Who knew? Of course, the garment changes in wash and blocking. I know it's not magic, but I feel like it kind of is. Because it felt like everything was lying much more nicely. I felt like when I used it the first time before I washed it, it didn't look as nice back here, but then it all like relaxed, if that makes sense, and it looked better. So I was much more happier with it then. But by then I had sent in my feedback and everything, and only good feedback. The pattern is so great, and the only thing was the size, and that was on me. So except for that, I really, really love this top. It was just, I had an image in my mind of how it was going to look on me, and then it didn't look like that, and I was like, bummer. But I love it much more now because I decided suddenly that I wanted to rip out the neckband and do it again, and I picked up less stitches, and I am so much more happy with how it lies now. So I did pick up a little bit less stitches the next time I did it, and I feel like it looks much better. And I'm so happy with how the buttons are looking too. Sometimes I feel like when you sew on the buttons that the button band is not lying very straight and nice, but this time I feel like it looks nice. So I'm happy. And I am much more happy with it now than I first was when I was done with it. So it feels nice. Yeah, I am happy now. And I love this vest so much that I want to knit another one, and I want to knit a smaller one because I want that vest that I also imagined before I knitted this. but I think I want to try and knit in this hand-dyed yarn that I have left over from my rosy sweater. This is from Lillerilla, and it's the color Pumpkin Cinnamon Rolls. I think it would be a very nice Ravenna sleeveless. I only have 600 meters of yarn, so that is on the short side, because this weighs 171 grams. So how much is that? 750 meters maybe. So that's quite a difference. But I think if I knit a smaller size, and then I can knit it as long as I can, because today I'm wearing very high-waisted jeans. It goes far up, so I can use a short vest over that one. So I think I want to do that very soon. Yeah, if nothing else comes in and sneak in the queue. Yeah, but that's my Ravenna. And you can also knit a tank top. It's also in the pattern, and several have done that. That is also beautiful. I know she's working on a long sleeve version or a T version and long sleeve version. So yeah, many possibilities. So I highly recommend. I think the pattern is coming out early June. And I also put on this, as you already seen, very cute wooden buttons. Very happy with my choice. My next FO is also a top. It's the Cloud Top by Petiteknit. I have done some modifications, not a lot, but if you were here last time, you saw my other Cloud Top, which I knitted in Filcolana Ravenna, which has I've knitted to pattern. It has this rolled neckline and rolled hem. Yeah. And now I wanted more like a vest type of top. So I did choose to knit some ribbing for the neck and for the armholes and also on the hem. I've used leftover yarn from my rosy sweater. So I had some Sunnes Sunday left in the color 3820 Pearl Grey, together with Sunnes Thin Silk Mohair in the color 2321 Marzipan. And I almost had enough for the entire top, but it did run short on the mohair. So on the bottom here, I think it's only 3 or 4 grams. I have used Dale Kid Silk Erle in the color 4038 Latte. But I don't think you can see it. Yeah, nothing that bothers me anyway. Yeah, I can see where I changed. So that's good. And it feels so good to have used up all of the yarn that I had left from my rosy, because I had almost... Did I have almost 2 skeins left of the Sunday Sunday? Yeah, it feels good. I've knitted the size small. I've knitted on 3.25, 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles, US 3, 4 and 6. And as this one, this is all started with the back piece, but this is shaped with short rows. You pick up for both the, you pick up for the right and the right and the front. Oh, come on. Right and left shoulders. And you knit, 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 and then you connect it all in the round, and then it's easy going from there. Yeah, so it's a very straightforward knit, but I really like the shape of this one. And it turned out as I hoped, because I really wanted a vest and not a top, more like a vest. So this also goes nicely over a blouse or something like that, or shirt. So really happy with this one. It weighs 158 grams. Since my last episode, I have cast on and bound off a pair of socks, my pair number 10 for this year. This is a pattern by my friend Paula Milne. And she was working on a new sock pattern and asked me if I wanted to knit it. And of course I said yes, please. So these are the Sporty shorties. I've knitted this in scrap yarn. All of the yarn is sock yarn that I have dyed myself, and they are left over from other projects. You knit this cuff down and you knit a folded cuff. And one of the things when I knit together a folded cuff is that I get very loose stitches sometimes. I don't know if you can see just right under the fold. It's very annoying, even though I try to be mindful. Still, they are too loose. Very annoying. But anyway, when you have done the folded cuff, you do a little bit of stockinette before you knit the heel. And I have knitted a heel flap and gusset. And then you knit this very squishy, wonderful texture. It's seed stitch. And then you do some slip stitch pattern here before you knit a little bit more of the seed stitch, and then you knit the toe. It's such a squishy, wonderful pattern. And they really fit me so well. They are so nice to have on the foot. And you can also, in the pattern, there's an option for like a flap on the cuff that goes a little bit higher on the back. And I want to try and knit that too at some point, because I feel like that will even make it even better on your heel, or it will sit even better, I feel like. But these are really, really, really great and fits my foot so well. And I feel like these slip stitches also reinforce under the foot, and here is where I always tear on my socks or get holes. So yeah, perfect. It's the Sporty shorties, which is out on Ravelry today. Highly recommend, and I will link to the pattern in the description below here. I knitted these on 2mm needles US 0, and they weigh 52 grams. The last project in my FO section, it's really an ongoing project the whole year, but it's my temperature blanket, and I am knitting a square each month, so I figured that I could put my finished April square here and show you my progress on my temperature blanket. I am knitting in Drops Charisma, and on the border, or you know, some months are 30 days, some are 31. February has 28, and I need something to fill out. So every square is the same size. So I've used Sandnes Perfect in a marzipan color to fill out the edges. And I need another color, I think, as a border, but I don't know what color I will choose. I will see. So I can show you what I've done so far. I am knitting on 3.5mm needle, US 4. And I use a tutorial from Very Pink Knits called something knit a square from the inside out, something like that. So I'm knitting from the inside and out. So the first of the month is the middle, and then so on. So you can see how the temperature has changed in the colors here. So I will start with January. Then you have February, very difficult month to say. And in March, we had some change, some milder temperatures. And in April, we even had almost some summer temperatures, or for us, we had like 18, 19, 20 degrees some day Celsius. And I also have one day where I put in like a sparkly thread. That was the day my dad was buried, or we had a funeral. That's what it's called. I don't know if you can see that it sparkles a little bit in the middle here. Yeah, I thought that was kind of nice to have like a reminder of that here. So that is my 4 squares, and I've started my square for May. So you can see how that looks. It's not very big yet. These are 6 days. Today is the 7th of May. Yeah. So knitting on magic loop. Yeah, it's very easy and goes by so fast. If I was supposed to have a temperature blanket in garter that I was going to knit back and forth with a lot of stitches, I think I would have given up. But this is very manageable. Yeah, it's very easy, and it's not a lot to knit every day. Even when you get to the last few days, it's not very much. So really, really like this, and I'm having so much fun with this blanket. Then it's time to look at what's on the needles. I have the Salty Air Tea by Samantha Gurrian on the needles, but I haven't knitted anything, I think, since my last episode on that one. It's just stockinette now, so I am using it like an out and about project, and I haven't really been... I have been out and about, but when I've been out and about, I have been in my dad's house to clean that out and make it ready for sale. So I have to clean it, and it's a lot of stuff to throw away, and it's a lot of things to sort through, and no time for knitting. But it will be... It's not a UFO, it's nothing like that. It's an ongoing project, but I haven't knit too much on it the last few weeks. And I also have the Bainbridge beanie by Michele Frazzetta on the needles. I've knitted a little bit on that one, but not too much, so there's not much to show. But when I was done with this one and I was done with the socks, I really wanted to cast on new things. So I cast on 3 new things on the same day. Because why not? The first thing that I cast on was another pair of socks, because Michele Frazzetta, she has a knit along going for her Anacortes patterns. There's a tea version, there's socks, and a few other patterns with the same stitch pattern. I'm doing the socks because I'm very late into the knit along now. It's been going on for a while, and I think it's going on to almost end of May. So I think I will manage to finish them before the knit along is over. But I am knitting the Anacortes socks in the drop snore yarn in the color 20 blush. I've never used this for socks before, so I'm very excited for that. This is left over from a hat, a cowl, and mittens, but I was going to say handless mittens. It's not handless mittens. Yeah, mittens without fingers, fingerless mittens. Yeah. Oh boy. But this is 45% alpaca, 30% polyamide, and 20% wool. And it's so squishy. So here is my first Anacortes sock. You do this broken rib pattern, and then on the sides of the socks it is twisted rib. Very nice. And I have done a shadow wrap heel for mine, just because I think that goes by very fast. Even though I think maybe this sock would be very nice with a heel flap and gusset, but I felt like a shadow wrap heel. I'm knitting the smallest size on 2mm needles US 0. Then I cast on something that many people have knitted before me, and I have been really excited to see all of these pop up the last few years, I think. And I finally decided to cast one on for myself, or not for myself, it's going to be a Christmas gift, but I think I want to knit more of these because they're perfect for scraps and really fast and fun to knit. And I'll let you see and see if you can guess what I'm knitting. I'm sure you can. Ta-da! And if I do like this, I'm sure you can see it. It's an emotional support chicken by Annette Corsino. Yeah. And here I have used so much different scraps. I've used some Sannes Tove, Pilcolana Arvetta, Dropsfabel, yeah, some Ushita yarn, hand-dyed. Yeah, a lot of different. And I think it's going to be so cute. It's so much fun to knit. I'm knitting on 4.5mm needles US 7. And it's knitted with a lot of short rows, which is, I think it's a lot of fun. It goes by so fast. And yeah, so I'm soon done. I have a little bit of the part under here to do, and of course the little floppy thing, I don't know what you call it, and of course the thing on top. I don't know what you call these things, so, but you know how a chicken looks like. Yes, very cute and so much fun. I highly recommend. Yeah, this is a trend I really like to join. And I have so much scrap yarn that can become so many funny emotional support chicken. I think it's a really fun gift to give as well. Just like a little comfort gift. Yeah. So it's going to be a Christmas gift for my friend, I think. The last thing that I cast on that day was another top in this yarn, BC Garn BioBalance, because I bought yarn for another top when I first bought yarn for this. And I'm happy I did, because I really, really, really like this yarn. So thank you so much to Michele, who introduced me to this yarn through this top. I lost a stitch stopper here, but oh well, it will go fine, I think. I'm knitting the Friday Tea by Petiteknit. Here is mine. And I haven't come very far. Good, let me see. I think this is the back and this is the front. And I've done the short rows for the back. Again, this is broken rib, really easy and goes by pretty fast. This folded neckline went by very slowly, it felt like. Again, I get these very loose stitches around where I have knitted when I fold and I knit it together, I get these loose stitches. It's really annoying. I've tried to fix it a little bit, but yeah, it's not the best. And also I feel like the neckband is a bit wide. I might be off on the row gauge. I haven't checked. But it is what it is. I think it will be fine. I really like that it's a very wide raglan or stitches between the increases, so the raglan part stitches. Let me see if I can show it. It's very hard to show you this one, I'm sorry. So I have chosen to use the color Nature, same as for this one, and also number 3, which I don't know what this is called, but it's green. Yeah, this will be nice. I think it's so airy. As I said, it's so light, it's so airy. It's, yeah, even though it's a lot of wool in here, yeah, it's not going to be warm at all. It's just going to be very light and airy. Yeah, so excited for this as well. I'm knitting the size small on 2.5 and 3 millimeter needles, US 1.5 and 2.5. And for this one, I've had this pattern for so long that I have it in paper form. So I didn't use Ravelry when I started to knit. I didn't even know what Ravelry was. So then I bought all of my patterns like this. So it's very nice. But the thing is, what's it called in English? This script, it's a Norwegian. The writings are so small that I really have big problems reading it. Even though I have my glasses on, I really struggle. So it's like, ugh, yeah. My sight has gone straight down after I turned 40. But, oh well. But it's nice to use a paper pattern again. I usually use Knit Companion. But I really have to squint to see what it says, or really like put it far from me. Not good, but it is what it is. Yesterday I got a surprise in the mail from a lovely viewer who sent me an encouraging gift. So I got a very nice card in the mail with some very warm and kind words. And she also sent me some yarn. So she sent me this beautiful hand-dyed yarn from Fjord Fibers in the color Tulip Fields. Very beautiful. I think this needs to be a contrast color, in some color work. Very nice. And also she sent me some stock yarn, Drops Fabel in the color 153 and Drops Fiesta in the color 25. So these are going to be some fun socks, I think. She also sent me some Filcolana Avetta in the color Burgundy 245. And some beautiful stitch stoppers and some stitch markers in this beautiful macaroon. Macaroon or macaroon? I don't know. So thank you so much for this wonderful surprise. I was so touched, and yeah, it was really kind. Thank you. Such an encouraging gift to get in the mail from another knitter. Yeah, really warms my heart. So that is everything I have for you today. I don't think there's much else to talk about. Life is slowly coming back to almost normal. It's not quite there because, as I said, we have a big house that I have inherited after my dad, and it's my childhood home, and it's a big house, and there's so much stuff after two long lives have been lived there, and also my stuff from my childhood, and yeah, it's so much things to clean up and so many trips to the garbage, what do you call that? Garbage place? No, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so that takes a lot of time, and we're going to sell it, so yeah, the realtor is there, and then you have to get it checked by 2 or 3 persons that are going to be there and see that everything's okay, and yeah, a lot of papers to fill out, and I'm not made for these things. Very happy for my husband, thankful for my husband, who really steps up and helps me with all of these things. But yeah, that's what I'm doing these days. I'm cleaning this house and I'm knitting when I can. And yeah, I'm so thankful for this knitting, for that I can knit, and for all of you guys that I can come here and talk to you about all of my knitting, because it gives me so much joy. And this community I have with you guys, it means so much to me. So thank you so much, everyone. If you would like to leave me a comment, tell me what you're knitting on. That's always a lot of fun to hear. It gives me a lot of inspiration that I don't really need, but I still love. And because I don't need anything else to cast on. But of course, that's the joy, isn't it? And subscribe if you're not already subscribed and you would like to. That would mean a lot to me. And yeah, give a thumbs up. All of these YouTubey things. Okay, I will stop talking now, and I hope that you are well, that you are knitting or sewing, crocheting on something that gives you a lot of joy. Take care of yourself and take care of the people around you, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye everyone.